Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So over the course of the past few days, I keep on seeing this stuff pop up about Donovan Mitchell, about the idea of him wanting to leave the Utah Jazz. And like when I saw the first one, I was like, okay, you know, like this time of year, you kind of see those type of things pop up, man. But like I was saying, like I've been seeing it pop up on like multiple sources. So yes, it says the Knicks and Heat are believed to be Donovan Mitchell's top two choices if he were ever to ask out of Utah, per Greg Sylvester Stallone, man. So yes, when it comes down to it, I was like heavily thinking about this morning, and the big part of it is that I think Mitchell wants to be part of like a big market team. Nothing against like the Utah Jazz or anything like that, but it just kind of seems like, you know, like the Jazz typically, especially for like the amount of at least regular season success they have, they're typically not one of the more like popular brands in the NBA. They don't really have like the biggest fan base outside of the fans of the team, right? And that's just fact of the matter. It's how some teams roll with it, right? So yeah, but at the same time, I kind of see like the spectrum of the fan where it's like, you know, if Donovan Mitchell, when it comes to like big market teams, I mean, if Mitchell wants himself a brand deal, he can find that brand deal. But I also think about it from this perspective where, you know, let's just use the New York Knicks as an example, man. Like one of the biggest market teams out there. Like a Knicks fan is going to buy an Emmanuel Quickley jersey before they buy a Donovan Mitchell jersey. Now, there's still Knicks fans that are going to wear Mitchell jerseys because he's one of the more popular players in the NBA. But could you imagine them jersey sales if he was actually on the New York Knicks and had that branding to his name? So that's how I kind of think about it. You can still find branding success on a small market team, but it just goes up, you know, 20 billion times when you go to a big market team, man. So you can see from a business standpoint, really even from a player standpoint too, being the type of player that Mitchell is. I mean, you know, you look at his stats right here. In my opinion, man, like this actually reminds me so much of Carmelo Anthony. Yes, of Carmelo Anthony. In the sense that Carmelo Anthony also, you know, very early on in his career was playing for one team, the Denver Nuggets. Then eventually was just like, you know, man, I'll need like a different like change of scenery, and ended up going over to the New York Knicks via trade around the trade deadline, right, man? But, you know, Donovan Mitchell this season, 26 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds per game. This guy's absolute showtime. He always has the Utah Jazz, you know, as like a top 3 seed in the Western Conference, right, man? But yeah, so I will say, if you are a fan of the New York Knicks, you know, tread lightly with this one. I don't actually want to see a repeat of the Carmelo Anthony trade. And let me explain that real quick. Now, if you're a Knicks fan, you probably already know what I'm talking about. If you're an NBA fan, you probably know what I'm talking about too, man. But back in, 2011, 2012, when Carmelo was traded, this is the trade that went down. Denver got Wilson Chandler, who was a pretty good young, you know, kind of like forward player back then. Raymond Felton, who was a respectable-esque point guard. Actually, if I remember correctly, I think Knicks fans really liked Raymond Felton. He had some good moments for that team. Gallinari, who, you know, Gallinari's still playing today, but at that time he was a young, you know, stretch player in the NBA. Mozgov, who ended up getting a bitch-ass contract from the Cleveland Cavaliers, I believe it was. You know, first-round draft picks, second-round draft picks. I don't know who these guys ended up turning out to be. Draymond? Say, man. No. I think Draymond was a Brooklyn Nets draft pick or something, man. No, or the Nets traded that pick. I don't know. The Nets traded all their picks once upon a time. And $3 million in cash. And the Knicks got Carmelo Anthony, Chauncey, Sheldon Williams, Anthony Carter, and Ronaldo Balkman, man. So the reason that I did not like this trade at the time is because literally it was half the season before the season was over with. And there was already mutual interest between Melo and the Knicks. So like he could have went over to that team after the season and retained all of those good young players, the draft picks, without losing that. So this was the 2011-2012 depth chart for the Knicks of, you know, B. Diddy, Landry Fields, Melo, Amari Stoudemire, and Tyson Chandler, as opposed to having that young talent out there, man. So I'm just saying in the case of Donovan Mitchell, you know, you don't want to go and, if you're the Knicks, trade away all your young talent. You know, don't give up like an Emmanuel Quickley or like an RJ Barrett or whatever to get Mitchell a little bit earlier if you know he has interest in the franchise. So that's kind of what I'm saying about that. And then obviously too, in the rumor, you know, the Miami Heat are also a team of interest. So actually what I want to do is take a bit of a closer look at both teams, man, and kind of see like, you know, what type of fit would be better for Donovan Mitchell. The first thing that I'm kind of curious about though is that, okay, let's say he does request the trade, or say he, you know that he's going to leave after a season or something like that. Actually, let me verify his contract real quick here. Like, how early could he actually leave? I'm pretty sure he probably has a supermax. Yeah, through the 2024-2025 season. So that's still a few seasons away. He'll be 29 at that point. as a player option. So I guess he could, realistically live in 2024 if he wanted to at the age of 28, right in his absolute prime of basketball. But before that, if you know that he's going to leave or decline that player option, then you probably look to make a trade, right, man? If you were the Utah Jazz, retain something back for him, right? So what I want to see here is what the trade finder is saying Donovan Mitchell is worth. And I think that 2K, it's always kind of interesting in this aspect that sometimes the trades don't add up. But in this case, I think they will. Because when you have a player requesting a trade, in my opinion, you do lose a little portion of leverage. Not all the time, because I guess Anthony Davis, we know he didn't want to be on the Pelicans. But they got a damn haul for him, Ingram, Lonzo, Josh Hart, a whole bunch of draft picks and stuff. So yeah, something to think about, man. But we got 20 trade offers. So here we got with the 76ers, Tobias and Tyrese Maxey. Getting a young Tyrese Maxey really would not be the end of the world. We got Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton. That's not going to happen. Darius Garland and Kevin Love. So it's be a swap right here. If I'm Cleveland, I'm hanging on to Darius Garland. He's definitely the future superstar franchise player of that team. Desmond Bane, Steven Adams. Ain't gonna lie, Donovan Mitchell, John Morant would be the sickest backcourt in NBA history. John Collins, Clint Capella. Doesn't really make much sense with Clint because obviously already having Rudy Gobert on the team. Although, once again, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, sign me up. Bam Adebayo. So in this case, if there was a Miami Heat trade to go down, you're probably looking at it being Tyler Hero because Tyler Hero is already a six man on the team. And then you add on, Donovan Mitchell being there. It's Hero would just never get to play. So yeah, honestly, I would literally do a Mitchell, Tyler Hero, maybe a few other assets type of swap. But once again, you're getting a good young shooting guard in Tyler Hero, who isn't as good as Donovan Mitchell. But once again, man, it comes down to leverage and trade value and really in the moment type of things. And, a lot of different stipulations to get something done. Here we got Miles and Terry Rozier. Donovan Mitchell, LaMelo Ball, man. Damn, man. Literally Donovan Mitchell with anybody, man. Let's put it with Cade Cunningham. Who's going to say no to that? Probably the Utah Jazz. And the Pistons, apparently, because, they drafted Luke Kennard. Hey, we got Sadiq Bey. Well, Malik. Julius Randle, Derrick Rose. So, going to the Knicks. So, Derrick Rose would not go to the Jazz. Been there, done that. That shit was kind of awkward. I would say Julius, if you do a Julius Randle, Emmanuel Quickly. But even and honestly, man, I know they just traded for him, but I'm tossing in Cam Reddish because if you're trading for Donovan Mitchell, you're committing to him as shooting guard. You got RJ at the 3, so it's you don't really have room for Cam Reddish to prosper. So yeah, that actually wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And also they'll also get Bojan Bogdanovic back, man. No, they got Obi Toppin. They got Obi Toppin, so they can replace Julius Randle instantly, man. No issue whatsoever. But ooh, I just kind of skipped over the Magic. My bad. Kristaps. Luka, Donovan Mitchell, bro, I'm telling you, man, if this goes down ever, any sort of trade, Donovan Mitchell is going to create some, superstar backcourt that's just going to blow our mind, man. It's literally, bookmark this video when it does happen, right? Bookmark this video. So, alrighty, what I do want to do is I am curious how he would do on, a new team. So, I would say, let's do Donovan Mitchell. This trade's not going to add up, by the way. It's just for me to put them on the roster, assuming that he leaves and goes to a new team and everything like that. So, do I want to put him on the Heat? I am actually curious how he would be on the Miami. No, or do the Knicks? I just did a Knicks video, man. Let's do the Heat. We're going to give the Heat some respect on this video here, man, okay? So, what we're going to do is just my initial trade of, Donovan Mitchell, Tyler Hero. Like I said, there would totally need to be other assets involved because of salary cap and everything like that. But the reason I want to do this is because you would assume Tyler Hero would be gone if Donovan Mitchell were to join the team over the course of the next few seasons. So, it will give us, more, realistic look at things. So, yeah, man. At this point, oh, shoot. Yeah, we got to go ahead and go select where we at, man? Team selection. Yeah, we got to select the Miami Heat now because that's the team we're looking at. Miami Heat and, yeah, no Utah Jazz. There we go. Okay, so, yes, we would be looking at a team of, where we at? Kyle Lowry, Donovan Mitchell, Jimmy Butler. Is PJ Tucker on the Heat? Yeah, he is on the Heat, isn't he, man? Yeah, that's right. I don't know, man. Y'all gotta update your damn jerseys out here, man. I don't remember where PJ Tucker's at anymore. Bam Adebayo, then you got the bench. Oladipo hasn't played yet, but this would be an amazing role for him as a six-man anyway. Caleb Murray, Max, Toaster Strusel, and Amar Yurtsevin. So we got that for our 9-man rotation. Yeah, this is a championship team, no doubt, man. This is sick. This is sick. And even Kyle Lowry, when he gets old and stuff and leaves eventually, you're pretty much setting yourself up for either, well, realistically, you could do Oladipo and Mitchell in the backcourt together. That would work, but some point guard would love to play for this team, right? So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and simulate this NBA season and see how this Miami Heat team does with Donovan Mitchell on his team. Okay, guys, we're at the end of the regular season. Surprise, you add Donovan Mitchell to the Miami Heat. They become the best team in the NBA. No surprise there. Also, April 9th, which is the date way up there, man, is my birthday. So I always get happy to do rebuilds and simulations, man, because it always lands on my birthday, man. We got one more game against the Orlando Magic, and we are a 57-win team with Mitchell on here. Simulate through date, well, whatever, got a W. Yeah, okay, man. Giannis MVP. Okay, the Rookie of the Year. Okay, man. Jared Allen, most improved. Good for him. So we got All-NBA first, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. I was low-key hoping to see Donovan Mitchell, but it seems like Mitchell gets a lot of disrespect in 2K. Like, I don't know, man. I don't always see his name pop up on a lot of things. But, yes, we're first place, 58-win team. Let's go to the player stats on the season. So we got Mitchell leading scorer, 28 points, 5 assists. Like, this is exactly the type of player the Heat need because, you know, Jimmy, Bam, Kyle Lowry, you know, even Strus are, like, guys that can get it done, like, scoring-wise. But Mitchell is just, like, that consistent, I will get you, you know, 25 points a game type of player, man. So, yeah, I think he would fit in flawlessly with the Knicks. Also, I noticed that I did not really talk much about Duncan Robinson. Has he fallen off that bad? Like, 2K did not even want him in the rotation. Although they also put Mar in the damn G League, so whatever that's supposed to mean. But yeah, Kyle Guy, what a name. You ain't that guy. You are that guy. Just curious what this dude's all about, man. Oh, he's like a good three-point shooter or whatever. Okay, sorry, distractions. All right, man, let's go ahead and simulate these playoffs and see how this team does. So we got the Hawks in the first round. Simulate round right here. And come on. Oh, 2K. Come on, Mitchell. You on a new team now, man. You had 4 steals, though, so that was nice. Okay, so obviously we lost in the first round of the playoffs. It's NBA 2K, not that big a deal. The point of these videos is more so about the discussion, the comment section, and, you know, you guys give me your thoughts and opinions, but it's always fun to do a little simulation, too, just, you know, for the culture, right? So that's all we got for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Give me your thoughts about Donovan Mitchell. Do you believe he's going to ever leave the Utah Jazz, or is he there to stay? That's all we got. Peace out.